Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome everyone to this kickoff meeting. I'm so glad that Texas LNG team is here, and I'm really excited for this opportunity given by Texas LNG team to Critical Technologies company. The meeting is to kick off our project with Texas LNG team to develop a system and install a system for intrusion detection and leak detection for Texas LNG in its facility. Here's a brief outline of our slides today. First, we are going to do a formal introduction of the team. Then we are going to discuss about the scope of the project, then the budget, the schedule, and finally the commercial terms we have agreed on for this project. To introduce the Texas LNG team, we have Bobby Leo, who is principal engineer from the Texas LNG team. He's the person responsible for approving all the design documents. If any change requests coming to him or any addition of technical requirements, all those things will be coming from Bobby mostly. Then we have Bill Trent with us. He's the procurement manager for Texas LNG. He's going to pass on any new information from Texas LNG to CTL team. He'll be more like a liaison between the two companies. Next we have Zeeling with us, the contracts manager. He has been very good throughout the contract negotiation, and I hope, seriously, I hope that we don't have to go back to him regarding any disputes and things like that, which often comes in projects like this. From CTL team, we have Hank Wren, who is the business development manager of America South region. Texas LNG team is very familiar with him. He's the sales guy who did all the initial work. Then we have Joel Crow with us. He's the projects leader for America South region. I report directly to him, and in case if you have any issues or you have any things going on and you want to get it escalated, definitely Joel will be the go-to person. And in case I'm not doing my job here, definitely you can reach out to Joel and discuss what's going on. So for this projects team, as far as this projects team is concerned, I'm Mayank. I'll be the project manager for this team. I have Terry Murphy and Roberto Rico with me, who will be the field engineers assigned to this project. Moving on to the project scope, just to summarize what Texas LNG has right now is they have two liquefaction facilities in Galveston Island and Tiki Island in Texas. They are about 60 miles south of southeast of Houston, and between the two facilities there is a pipeline which is a 4-mile long pipeline, and it's mostly for transferring the gas and liquefied gas from one facility to another to ship it out or export to different countries. So what's in scope? The first goal is to engineer and install intrusion detection system, which will be securing the 6-mile long perimeter of the two plants. Both the facilities are about 4 miles apart, and there'll be optical fiber cable which is covering both the perimeters for both the plants. Then the second goal is to engineer and install the leak detection system. The leak detection system will be utilized to detect any leaks or any third-party intrusion along the pipeline. The pipeline length is about 4 miles. What's out of scope? So installation and purchase of the fiber optic cable is not in Critical Technologies scope. CTL is not responsible for laying down the cable or selecting the cable or buying the cable. It will be done by one of the subcontractors Texas LNG has selected but it doesn't mean we won't talk to that vendor. We are going to make sure that the right cables are selected before installation, right methods are deployed to install the cables at the site. Let's move on to the next slide, which is on the project schedule. We have the duration of the project will be 165 days. It will be about 5 months and 15 days. It will be the project will be starting from 15th of February next year and will go on till 29th of July. We have divided the whole project in 8 phases. Starting with design and engineering, we'll design the system based on the local survey we'll do. Once we engineer the system, once we have bill of material, we'll send it to Texas LNG for their proposal, for their approval, and make sure everything is covered, they are good with what we are going to build. In phase 2, we are going to procure the required equipments, set them up at our facility, and will be ready for FAT, which is factory acceptance test. And then once everything is tested, we are going to deliver the equipments to the site. In phase 3, we are going to train the critical technologies end users, and make sure we are going to train the Texas LNG folks to make sure they understand the system and they are good with it. Next is the installation phase. Our field engineers will start from our facility and make sure everything is installed at Texas LNG site. All the equipments are placed, are installed in system cabinets, and finally to make sure fiber jumpers are installed from the fiber enclosure to our system cabinet. Next is calibration and system tuning. This is a very important phase because in this phase we understand what's the local condition in which we have deployed the system. We make sure the local noises are not affecting the system and raising a false alarm, especially if you have nearby highways or if you have any local soil conditions which continuously change the temperature of the fiber. So things like that are covered during this phase. We ensure that our system is fine-tuned according to the local environmental conditions. In phase 6, we do the on-site training. Our field engineers will go to your site, make sure your team understands the system, they know how it works and how they can get maximum out of it. Next is the site acceptance test, or SAT. SAT will be performed at your site once the installation is done in presence of your team, and we make sure that everything is working and is according to what we have laid out during the requirements phase. We'll let you test the system, and if you have any issues or things like that, we can fix the system if needed. Finally, transition or handoff of the service. Going to the next slide, which is on project's budget. The equipment cost for this project will be $600,000, and for project management and services cost, it will be $150,000. So the total project cost will be $750,000 for in total. And please note that projects and service cost includes all the labor cost for engineering and design of the system. It also includes the project management cost, and finally all the travel and lodging cost of field engineers when they will be going on the site and calibrating the system or training the end users. The hourly rate schedule of the project staff is shown below. Here the project manager is billed as $160 an hour, and field engineers are billed $100 an hour. Moving on to the next slide, which is on commercial terms. The table shown here presents the progress payment milestones, and we have divided the whole project in 5 milestones. starting with system engineering, then FAT approval, installation completion, SAT completion, and final handoff. On the right, you can see what's the percentage of payments for which we'll be submitting the invoice as we go through all these milestones, as we keep achieving those milestones. The payment terms are net 90 days from the date of invoice submission. The Incoterms is DDP Texas LNG plant, which means delivery duty paid will be paid by us, and all the shipping cost, all the risk will be borne by us until the shipments reach to the customer site. Finally, we are going to provide 18 months warranty for the system which we are going to install, and that will be from the date of startup. So this is all I have for the kickoff meeting today. Thank you so much for attending the meeting. I hope we'll do good with our business. We have very good experience doing this kind of designing this kind of system for various customers of ours. So hoping for the best, and thanks so much for attending the meeting today.